Lactantius De Mortibus Persecutorum, episode 15. Sicut duos prophetas vivos esset translatos in ultima tempora ante imperium Christi sanctum ac sempiternum, cum descendere coiperit, quidam sanctorum pronuntiant, eodem modo etiam neerdronem venturdrum putant, ut praecursor diaboli ac praevius sit venientis, ad stationem terrae et humani generis eversionem. Lactantius begins now with sicut, and these accusatives, duos prophetas vivos and translatos, are dependent on pronuntiant here, oratio obliqua, or indirect discourse, just as that two prophets were translatos, carried forward or transferred to the last times, ultima tempora, to the most recent times, before the kingdom of Christ, a holy and everlasting kingdom, when it began to descend from heaven, this being a reference to, I suppose, Moses and Elijah and the transfiguration. So just as quidam, certain of the holy authors, quidam sanctorum, and quidam is masculine plural nominative, certain of the holy authors proclaim, pronuntiant, that two living prophets were brought down to the last times in ultima tempora before, etc. In the same way, eodem modo, also they believe, putant, that Nero neronem venturdrum esse, that Nero will come. Esse here is implicit, and again putant introduces oratio obliqua, as does pronuntiant right above it. They think that Nero will also come in the same way. Ut, here with the subjunctive sit, in order that he might be a praecursor ac praevius, a forerunner and one who leads the way. So a forerunner diaboli of the devil, and one who leads the way of the one who is to come, venientis. This is masculine, singular, and genitive, and it's a participle from the fourth conjugation verb, present participle from the fourth conjugation verb venio, venire. So as a forerunner and a leader of the one who is to come, ad stationem terrae, for the laying waste, stationem, feminine, singular, and accusative. This accusative here used with ad shows purpose, for the laying waste of the earth, and for the eversionem, the overturning of the human race. These marks here show that the text is quite corrupt, and the reading is quite uncertain. So then, let's review the overall structure of this sentence. Sicut pronuntiant, quidam sanctorum pronuntiant. Certain of the holy authors announce that just as the two living prophets were translatos, the transfiguration, in ultima tempora, to the last times, they were carried forward to the last times before the kingdom, the holy and everlasting power of Christ, when it began to descend, so before that time, so they think, putant, in the same way, eodem modo, this is masculine, singular, and an ablative of means or instrument. In the same way, they hold that Nero would come, neronem venturum esse, and he would come ut sit, in order that he might be these things. And here is Nero, who ruled from 54 to 68, looking at the passage with some consternation.